In this video, I'm going to show you the best gaming laptops under $1,000 you can get at every price range. No matter your budget, I will help you find the best pick for your needs. Let's go. First, we are going to take a look at the best options in the under $500 range. First, we have the Asus VivoBook Go 15. This machine is incredibly lightweight, and I love the 180-degree hinge, but its performance with its AMD Ryzen 3 processor is really only suitable for basic tasks and not modern gaming. You get a nice full high-definition screen, which is better than some competitors at this price, however, with just 8 gigabytes of memory and a small 128 gigabyte solid state drive. It really struggles to run or even install most games. Ultimately, it's a stylish laptop for school or browsing, but you should look elsewhere if you plan on doing any sort of gaming beyond simple browser-based titles. Next, we have the Acer Aspire 3 A315/24 PR7VH. Right away, I noticed this one is the clear choice for gaming on a tight budget, thanks to its much more capable AMD Ryzen 5 7000 series processor and Radeon graphics. Compared to the VivoBook, I was actually able to get playable frame rates in esports titles like Valorant and League of Legends at low settings, which is a huge step up. The trade-off is that the screen felt a bit dim, and the all-plastic body does feel less premium than the Asus, but for the performance boost and larger 512GB solid-state drive you get, it is a compromise worth making. Finally, we have the Lenovo 515. This laptop feels like it was designed strictly for an office, with a fantastic and comfortable keyboard that includes a number pad, which the others lack. I found its gaming performance, often powered by an older generation AMD Ryzen 3 chip, to be the weakest of the three, struggling even more than the Asus VivoBook. While the anti-glare screen is a nice feature for reducing reflections during work, if your goal is gaming, you should avoid this model entirely and put your money towards the much more powerful Acer Aspire 3. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $500 to $700 range. First, we have the Asus VivoBook 15F 1504 VA. I found this one looks really sleek and modern for the price, doubling as a great laptop for school or work, but its gaming potential is held back significantly by the integrated Intel Iris Xe graphics. You can definitely get by with lighter titles like Valorant or League of Legends at low settings, however. Do not expect to run more demanding modern games on this machine, as it just doesn't have a dedicated graphics card like the other two. Ultimately, it's more of a productivity laptop that can do a tiny bit of gaming on the side rather than a true gaming rig. Next, we have the HP Victus 15.6. This is a huge leap in gaming performance over the VivoBook, as it packs a dedicated NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2050 graphics card and a super smooth 144Hz display, which makes gameplay feel incredibly fluid. I really like its clean, minimalist design that doesn't scream gamer, but the one thing that bugged me is the noticeable screen wobble, which feels a bit cheap every time I open the lid. While the 8GB of random access memory is manageable, you will probably want to upgrade it to 16GB down the line to get the most out of your games. Finally, we have the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 315 ACH6. In my opinion, this one hits the sweet spot, often coming with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 or even a 3050 Ti, which easily delivers the most frames per second out of these three laptops. Its 120Hz screen is plenty smooth for fast-paced gaming, and the build feels much sturdier than the HP Victus, with a keyboard that feels fantastic for both typing and gaming sessions. If raw gaming power is what you are after in this budget, the combination of the powerful processor and the superior graphics card makes this Lenovo the clear winner for me. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $700 to $800 range. First, we have the MSI Katana 15B13 VFK. This machine pairs a 13th generation Intel Core processor with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, which let me run most modern games at respectable settings, though I had to be conservative with ray tracing to keep frames high. The 144Hz display is fast enough for competitive gaming, but I found its colors to be noticeably dull and the screen a bit dim, especially when I put it side by side with the Asus 2F. While the design looks sharp, the plastic construction feels a little cheap, and the fans can really ramp up to a loud hum when the components are working hard. Next, we have the Dell G15 5530. Right away, this laptop feels like a battleship with its thick, sturdy build, which gives it a real advantage in cooling, as it ran noticeably quieter and cooler than the MSI Katana during my testing. Its performance, using a similar Intel processor and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 combination, is reliable for most games, but the graphics card is supplied with slightly less power than the one in the ASUS, costing me a few frames in demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not a huge fan of the bulky design, which makes it heavy to carry around, but the keyboard is fantastic and comfortable for hours of gaming, and it's packed with plenty of ports. Finally, we have the Asus TUF Gaming A15FA 507NV. For my money, this one is the powerhouse of the group, often coming with a potent AMD Ryzen 7 processor and a high-wattage NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060, which consistently delivered the highest frame rates across all the games I tested. The screen is also a highlight, as its 144Hz panel has significantly richer colors than the Katana, and the inclusion of a mux switch means you are getting the absolute best performance from that graphics card. My only real gripes are the rather plain gamer aesthetic and the control software, which felt a bit buggy and less user-friendly to navigate than the software on the Dell. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $800 to $900 range. First, we have the Gigabyte G5 KF5. For the price, you are getting an absolutely incredible amount of graphics power with its NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060, which is something I did not expect to see in this budget category, and it absolutely crushes games using features like DLSS 3. Paired with a solid Intel Core i5 12500H processor and a fast 144Hz display, this machine delivers frame rates that punch way above its weight class, making it a pure performance king. However, you can tell Gigabyte put all the money into the internal hardware, as the laptop is built from very basic plastic, and the cooling fans have to scream to keep that powerful chip combination from getting too hot. Next, we have the Lenovo LOQ15 IRH8. Straight away, I can tell you this machine feels much more premium than the Gigabyte, boasting a sturdier design, a fantastic keyboard, and a much more sophisticated cooling system that runs quieter. You are also getting newer technology inside, with a 13th generation Intel Core of i5 processor and faster DDR5 system memory, which makes the whole experience feel more responsive compared to the G5's older components. The trade-off for that superior build and newer platform is the graphics card, as the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 in here is a clear step down from the 4060 in the Gigabyte, so you will not be hitting the same high frame rates in the latest titles. Finally, we have the MSI Thin A15. This laptop's main selling point is its slim and lightweight design, making it the most portable option here and the easiest to toss in a backpack if you are a student or a frequent traveler. Unfortunately, that thin chassis comes with a huge performance compromise, as its NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 is limited to a very low power level, making it the weakest gaming machine of this trio by a wide margin. I also found that its cooling system, often with just a single fan, really struggles to keep temperatures in check, which can lead to an uncomfortably warm keyboard and reduce performance during longer gaming sessions. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $900 to $1,000 range. First, we have the Acer Predator Helios Neo 16. What I found impressive right away is the performance you get from the Intel Core i5 HX series processor and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, which lets you use frame generation in games for a crazy performance boost. I really love the 16-inch 165Hz screen with its taller 16:10 aspect ratio, which makes games feel more immersive, though the aggressive gamer design might be a bit much for some. Ultimately, the advanced cooling keeps it running quieter and faster under load than the other two, making it feel like the most premium and well-rounded machine in this price bracket. Next, we have the Asus TUF Gaming A15. This thing is an absolute tank with its military standard rated chassis, and pairing that durability with a powerful AMD Ryzen 7 processor and an RTX 4050 makes it a really compelling package. While it includes a mux switch to give you every last frame, its 15.6-inch, 144Hz screen feels a little dimmer and less vibrant compared to the display on the Helios Neo. For me, this is the reliable middle ground choice. It has a tougher build than the Nitro, and its consistent thermal performance gives you a gaming experience you can count on every time. Finally, we have the Acer Nitro 5. This laptop is famous for being the value champion, often being the cheapest way to get your hands on a capable NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 graphics card for modern gaming. To hit that attractive price point, the all-plastic build feels less sturdy than the Asus TUF, and I notice the fans have to work a lot harder, which can sometimes limit the performance of that powerful graphics card inside. It's one 5.6-inch, 144 Hz. Display is perfectly fine for fast-paced gaming, but holding it next to the others, its colors are noticeably washed out, making this a straight-up choice for anyone prioritizing raw gaming power over everything else. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video to be helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.